All right, we're live. Everyone can be heard. We're here to play D&D. I was almost choked. They almost stopped D&D right there.
I can't believe you almost died on their first day back.
It was
a great
close.
Gift.
What a great gift.
Christmas came late.
But yeah, we're back. It's session 17. 17 sessions of this. You know, I'm giving away inspirations because people told me I robbed them.
Yeah, you did. We deserve compensation for the emotional torment that you just put us through.
You robbed me of my 10 minutes of time that I had to spend dealing with your ass.
That's crazy.
Whoa.
So yeah, I'm giving away inspiration. And I think the way I'm gonna do this is I'm just gonna call on people.
Yeah.
You know, not that any of this stuff is gonna come up in the game, but you know, I'm just gonna test their knowledge. We were away for a hiatus. You know, Saris, can you, for an inspiration on the line, tell me the name of the aboleth that you fought?
The aboleth?
Yeah.
The freaking the thing that we murdered and like took the eyeballs of?
Yep.
I know it.
I know you know it. I know it?
You better.
I mean, do you remember the name of everyone you killed?
I haven't killed anybody, so I wouldn't know.
I mean, that you remember.
Yeah.
His name is some name in an ancient language that I can't properly pronounce. And I don't want to offend anybody with my lack of knowledge.
I mean, he's dead, so I don't think anyone's getting offended.
I mean, his the rest of his kind is still alive. Maybe they'll come after me.
I just see you highlighting it in the notes.
Yeah, that's me. I'm highlighting it in the notes.
No, I genuinely can't say cough the
Diego Waffle.
Coughlithic.
Okay. Fantastic. You can have your inspiration. I appreciate the attempt.
The attempt was made.
I certainly did try.
Okay. We're gonna pop over to. Sure, we're gonna pop over to Nort.
A test of your reflexes.
You met all of you met a mercenary that you didn't quite trust because he gave you no reason to trust them while you were passing through the lands to get to Azure Cross. Do you remember the leader of this outpost that was leading the mercenaries?
I do remember he was an asshole, but he had good enough intentions, if I remember correctly. Tiefling with a giant fuck-ass sword. I am totally not scrolling just for his name.
Paladinax.
You know,
a while ago.
I'm more than willing to double this inspiration and pass it on to the
Wow,
man.
I don't think that's how that works.
Because I already have one
It's
on
Byron.
my sheet.
Yeah, Byron.
Bro was scrolling and couldn't even be bothered to finish scrolling.
I remember because it's really similar to a tiefling that I used to have.
I remember because we did nice things for him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Albeit we kind of ruined his entire worldview and kind of burned a bunch of people, but you know.
I mean, for the better though.
Now I won't be looked
For
down
the
upon.
better.
So
Okay, I'm gonna say for that one, since we did it, and I did it because I robbed you, Maruna, you can have that inspiration. That's fine.
Let's go.
You know what? Noct, you just got back from vacation, so I'm gonna call on you. This is a super easy question. You should know this off the top of your head. There is someone you have to kill. What's his name?
Well, there's a list of people, but the one in particular is Carver.
All right, I'm gonna give you an inspiration. You'll never forget it. I hope you find them, and I hope you get the revenge you're looking for. You can't see me. I'm staring into the camera, and then I look back. You know what? Since you write the notes, Venari, we're coming to your chance for some inspiration.
I don't know anything.
Damn. Okay.
You write it down and it leaves your mind forever.
Why do you think I re-listen to the VODs? I mean,
No thoughts, head empty.
I shake your
Yeah.
hand.
Okay, fine. I'll
I
give this.
disassociate and the words write themselves.
This can be a group one to get Venari some inspiration. Someone tell me the name that the aboleth said as they were dying.
That one is that's a big pull.
That's not even in my notes.
Oh man, even the notes fail them at this point.
I don't remember the exact name, but wasn't it it wasn't Marky Misfate, but wasn't it one of his ancestors? Or like one of his one of the people who came before him?
I think it was another Eldritch name.
It could have been.
Looking back at the notes, I just love
Yeah.
Varys and possibly Nocturne not with us, right?
I'm not looking at the notes. I'm taking a stab in the dark from my memory, but I could be just getting it confused with the fact that we linked him to Marky Misfate through other ways.
Yeah, no, I didn't write down this dying breath at all.
Based on Answer the
Also,
Silence, I'm
why do
assuming
we
I'm
keep
wrong.
going back to the aboleth for this session? That was
Let's
kind of important.
This
ago.
actually feels like it's about to be relevant or something.
Yeah, this is very suspicious.
Again,
there's
Do you
nothing
remember the name of
suspicious.
everyone who
Nothing suspicious happening here.
Except we keep referencing session 10. Squints.
Listen, sometimes I just like to make sure that you're, on top of it as far as like memories go.
Well, guess
like-
what? We aren't. Joke's on you.
Look,
Yeah,
I'm
we're
the only
stupid.
I'm the only one who took a stab at it. I'm pretty sure I'm wrong, but I think I'm on the right track.
I'm pretty sure it was another name of an aberration that there's just no way I could remember.
Yeah, if I
without
had a
it
hard
being
time
written
saying
down. Agrigor, the aggravator. I don't know.
Agrigor, the aggravator.
Nurgle, the poxmaker. I don't know.
Yeah.
Corn, the blood god.
Snorgoth,
LeBron James.
LeBron James.
Michael Jordan.
Phil Swift.
Kobe.
Take it, Claw.
Ya mama.
One day I'm just gonna play a Skaven.
Do it.
Rat.
I've had a
Play
friend who
rat.
has.
Just
I
a
can
rat.
see it now. We're going to enter like the climax of session, and this and me we're about to face off against this Aboleth Nightmare is just going to be like, "What's my name?"
Yeah.
And we're all gonna die.
Ligma.
Well, I mean, no, now we know it. It's whatever the fuck Cora just said. The aggravator.
Grigor the Aggravator.
Yeah.
Fell into
His
existence.
name is Phantasmal Madness.
Oh my god!
John
The real
Madness.
Phantasmal- Maybe the real Phantasmal Madness for the friends we made along the way.
Okay. Well, that's it for inspirations then.
This is
Man.
my phantasmal madness.
I'm gonna have to go look up that VOD and go find it.
God. Good luck. At least we know what session it was. You can just skip to the end when we kill
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
You murder it in cold blood.
Completely unrelated, but I really like how in session 11 it says letter from the Duchess talking about their strange relationship with the Marquis, parentheses, re-listen to VOD to get details.
Okay, so like I am gonna come clean, right? I
Uh-huh.
sometimes disassociate while I'm taking notes.
Yep.
I said this earlier. And I just sometimes I zone out for 2 minutes. I come back to reality and go, oh fuck, that was probably
Snap
real
back to
important.
reality.
Oh, there goes gravity. Oh.
Okay. Well, skipping over those sessions then. We're back to session 17. We're having a nice, relaxing vacation where nothing bad has ever happened in a village no one knows about. You all have had time to relax over the last several days. Lots of things have happened. You've been able to take off your armors, wind down, and refresh yourselves on what it means to not have your life threatened every single day. Let me get you all shifted over to wherever this is. There we go. I forgot I had cats on this map.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Mau.
Kitty time.
Now let's do this. Right. And I'm just going to kind of have you all just kind of spread out and about. As we come back to the session, we're going to have you all just kind of relaxing and spending your time at Venari's family home. It's about midday, not much going on. Feel free to spend it however you like. Yeah.
How long has it been since previous session?
It's been
1 week.
1 week since you looked at me.
I can't stand either one of you.
I did this during my own stream. You should know.
It's been
1 week since you looked at me.
All right, just go ahead. Someone just tack one onto the inspiration pool. The fact I was gonna say a week, now I have to say a week. I'm gonna let that one go. I'm gonna let it fly.
I mean, you don't have to do anything.
You have to be rewarded when you do things that are funny.
See, I appreciate that mentality. Who would go first? That's the real question.
Well, it's either somebody makes a decision or we roll off.
I gift it to Venari because they deserve compensation for giving an impossible question.
That's okay. I have the VOD open and I'm listening to it right now.
Exactly. It's compensation for you having to do work.
I'm doing homework while we're playing.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so I have a question then for the DM.
Yeah.
During this week, would it have been possible for me to go and retrieve that book, the ledger, or is that something that would have had to stay in the church? Or
No, that's something they could definitely have shown to you.
okay, can I has it like right now? Or
Yeah. Let me find where it is. All right. So you find the town ledger, or rather, the town ledger is presented to you, and just because for some reason I was a fool and decided to make 2 different things for it, I'm just going to show you what you're looking for, which is the last page. It is written in Father End Time's script, and just because he's usually the one who's updating the ledgers for anything that's really happening in the town, and has been around a lot longer than people think. And I'm just going to show this to everyone.
oh, okay, cool.
And if you don't want to force yourself to read the script, I copied it underneath as well.
Oh.
Don't worry, I'm going to get that at least out of chat's way. You guys are doing that reading right over here.
Yeah, Venari is reading very intensely.
Yeah.
Bro, they try to take over the town. That's crazy.
Tracks though.
Seems like some a pretty extreme stance for them to take.
Goddamn cultists in our town trying to take over the town.
I'm gonna grab my ledger book and just put it on the table for you.
Goddamn damn book. Talking about them goddamn exiles.
Orm.
Herm is right.
Okay, so I know I've asked this before.
Uh-huh.
How long has it been since well, I guess it's slightly different. How long has it been since aberrations have been a problem?
Aberrations have always been a problem.
That's a loaded question.
Because I know that the duchy itself, I think, is like going on like 200 years or something
Mm-hmm.
of just being independent.
Yep.
So aberrations were a problem even before it got its independence.
Yep. Even before it got its independence, they had always kind of been a problem. The empire that you had split off, or rather that the duchy had split off from, has always had several kind of like big problems going on all over it before the duchy got its independence. There are rebelling mages in the north. There is the problem with unstable ground in the south of the empire, and for at least past the mountain range, you all in the duchy have always been dealing with rampant aberrations.
Okay. And then this village in particular, it's been around since before then too.
Yes, well before.
know how long ago these people were exiled?
Should have written that down on the notes, but I know I've got it written down. Yes. Katrina was exiled about 50 years ago. Terowin was exiled 120 years ago. Mali was only exiled 30 years ago.
So technically speaking, any of these people could still be causing problems.
Maybe they're just living a life of their own.
That's totally possible, but I gotta keep my options open. Because all of their lifespans would allow them to still be alive. Potentially, depending how old they were when they got exiled.
Yeah, they could just be grannies and grandpas.
You're laying it on thick.
Not suspicious at all.
Okay, and then we know, or out of the cultists we've run into, there was the dead person at the outpost. Did we happen to catch what race they were?
No, they didn't tell us. You're talking about when we first went through the checkpoint, right?
Yeah, but we looked at the corpse.
Did we? I don't.
Yes, because I examined its clothing. I'm going to scroll and look. No, we didn't get a race for them. Thinking back to the corpse we saw, can I recall its race?
The answer is yes. And they were just a human.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome.
Okay, and then as far as the people in the mercenary guild that Venari has had issues with, those people we did run into when we were at what's the name of that place? Mist something.
Misfit?
Yeah, was that the name of the town?
No, the name of the town was Azure Cross. If you're talking
when
about the
we were
capital.
There is a purple tiefling named Beguile.
Yep.
And then there was Craven.
Yep.
But I don't have a race written down for Craven.
He was a tiefling as well.
Okay, thank you. Ah, interesting. Lots of tieflings in the mercenary guild.
I like tieflings. What can I say?
Because Tyrant was also a tiefling.
Yep.
Interesting. Okay. And then there were the cultists at the bandit camp.
Yeah, nothing suspicious about that.
They're
We
multiplying.
didn't look at them. I think we just killed them.
We kind of incinerated some of them.
Yeah, we just burned the camp down, didn't we?
Yeah, you definitely set everything on fire at the end.
Wait. Interesting. Okay. Looking back at my notes for the bandit camp, one of the bandits died saying a name.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They said for Lidrusel, which is a name I don't recall hearing before, unless that's
Mhm.
also the same name that the aboleth said.
Ah. Strange.
They're connecting the dots.
I'm connecting everything.
You haven't connected shit. I've connected them.
Yeah, I don't have any descriptors for any of the cultists, but I do have that name. Oh, that's because that was the bandits that came and attacked you guys at the campfire. That wasn't at the camp. Yeah, no, we burned those cultists.
Yeah.
We very much did that.
Okay. So theoretically, unless any of the ones that we incinerated match these descriptions, we haven't encountered any of these people as of right now.
Not any that stand out.
Okay. Let me rack my brain here for a moment.
Okay.
While you do that, I have
Yeah.
a question.
Yeah, sure.
Over the course of the week, would Nord have had the time, so to speak, to inscribe my scroll of Storm Sphere into my book?
Yeah, I don't think there's a problem with that. Can you roll me a d20?
Ominous question to ask of me, but okay.
Yeah, just figured I'd have you roll. Yeah, you get it in your book, no problem.
Okay. I would like to think, for flavor purposes, Nord is finishing off the inscriptions of that here, sitting at the table.
Okay. Since you've made it awkward for yourself, can you roll another? Thank you.
Mental torture.
Okay. Yeah, it's getting into your book nicely. You don't have to worry about anything. You're writing kind of slow, you know. If anything, everything's been kind of slow. It's been a relaxing week. Nothing to think about at all.
Okay.
Not everything is a threat, Yevon. Why don't you trust your DM?
But yeah, no. Nort will just be finishing that off, sitting here at the table.
Yeah. You're able to get into your book, practice it a bit. Everything feels right. Okay. What about you, Saris? What have you been doing this last week?
I'm probably just been spending time with both my family and I guess the younger ones of Venari's family.
Okay.
I've also been training the brother, or training with the brother. I think he's fine as he is.
Yeah, he has no problem sparring with you and just training with you as is. Some days you see him wearing a lot heavier armor. Some days he dresses fairly light. As you spend time with him, you see that he spends a lot of time doing different things throughout his throughout the village. Sometimes he's on guard duty. Sometimes he's out in the woods hunting. But if he can, a lot of the time he is just back home.
True neat.
Yeah. Over the last week too, your brothers have been in a constant argument.
What about?
Avalon says that there is a need for Bedivere to get out and just practice more as far as like running around, staying in shape. Bedivere, it counters with the fact that it's all of this lack of focus that makes him a better reader and therefore a better writer, and therefore Avalon's not interested in magic because he struggles with it. So they've been back and forth.
Damn, he just said he can't read.
He could be dyslexic.
He said you're uneducated.
If you
said,
read, you can't
actually-
get bitches. I see someone who don't read and don't got no bitches.
I can't believe he nerd emoji'd poor Avalon.
Nerd emoji brother, man.
But yeah, they have that iconic, like, they're sitting on the same couch, but they've like turned away from each other in a huff.
A princess? What was she? A princess? You're gonna look at me and tell me I'm wrong?
That I'm wrong about this. Her
Step
sister
up,
was
bro.
a witch, bro.
Step the fuck up.
Grow up. But yeah, they've been back and forth. When they are talking to each other, they're usually arguing about the same subject, but they're in one of their little stints of silence. Outside of that, just around the place, you know that since you said you were spending time with them, Neva is taking a nap. So is their father, Yozan. Kashara is doing some reading in her room, and like most times, Curran is actually out front doing some more training. How about you, Maruna?
Maruna has honestly spent a majority of the last week relaxing and trying not to think about a lot of the things that she has been dealing with recently, while also doing a little bit of light magic practice, doing some gardening with Kasara, cooking for people when she can, probably a couple more cooking lessons, which I'm sure have gone swimmingly and nothing has gone wrong.
So long as I haven't stepped foot in there, I'm sure you're fine.
Why would anything go wrong?
Well, you know,
I need
just
cooking lessons so bad. Please.
sure nothing has gone wrong.
Yeah, nothing at all has gone wrong. Can you do me a favor?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Appreciate the enthusiasm. Can you give me a
Wisdom saving.
excuse me?
That is Anthem's favorite when it comes to me.
Excuse me? A charisma saving throw.
Charisma.
Ooh,
Charisma.
spicing it up a bit.
You can roll Riz.
19.
19. That's fantastic. You know, you're just minding your business. You're in there doing some light chopping on some vegetables, just getting things ready for what will hopefully be a light lunch. And you know, you reach over to open up a drawer to grab just a bit of seasoning as you start to throw things into a bowl, and nope, that's silverware in there. You think you're in the wrong kitchen, Maruna, but it's okay. It's nothing that's
Yeah, it's okay. They look very similar. It's hard to forget It's easy to forget where you are sometimes.
Yeah, and you go about setting up your lunch, and just these small things happen every so often. You reach down, something's in the wrong drawer. You almost shift out of the way of a counter that you thought was there but actually isn't. Yeah, just small things, but it's okay.
It's habitual stuff. But yeah, she's doing her best, doing what she can, trying to actually relax, unlike some people here.
Yep, I would agree. Noct, how's your week going?
Well, Noct is not used to relaxing. He is not used to having nothing to do. So, for the most part, I think he is, at least partially, finding menial labor that people need done and doing it.
Okay. Well, I mean, no one has any reluctancies to put you to work. You find easy work down by the farms, chasing around farm animals, collecting eggs in the morning. They help you, or they ask for help with getting a few shipments kind of boxed up for trade that will eventually leave the town with one of the people who actually does leave the town to head out to the inn for some trading. And as people see you more and more, they poke little funs at you. The kids love your horns. Several of them have run by and like tugged on your cape. But outside of that, this kind of scary aura that you've been giving off has been diminishing more and more as people see you around.
That's good, at least.
Yeah. It's actually to the point that where to some of the kids who are a bit newer, well, let's say newer, some of the kids who are a bit more reactive, when they see you, they actually get so excited that you hear little voices in your head of them calling you over to play. And it's them shouting in the most enthusiastic voices, but they aren't saying anything. You hear the voices in your mind.
Huh.
Yep.
Look around.
It just happens when you're in town. Nothing to bat an eye out. At least nothing bad's ever happened when you heard kids playing. So.
Fair enough.
Yeah. And as you spend your time, just as everyone kind of spends their time just relaxing and the like, how's that racking your mind going, Benari?
I think I've given up. If I'm being honest. So
Oh no.
Okay, so like here's the thing. Okay, so first of all, rewind. That aboleth never gave us a name. I went back, I found it in the VOD. It said the rest is up to you to something.
Oh,
Holy
the audio
shit.
the audio might have gotten cut off because I pulled the name from the VOD.
Holy
Oh
shit.
my god. Because
The
like I
rumor come
cannot
out.
hear it. I do not hear a name in that VOD, and I listened to it twice.
The allegations.
I can't believe you're gaslighting her.
Wow. First of all, I've never gaslit anyone in my life.
You're doing it to me right now.
That's a flat out lie.
Also I was listening to the VOD while also still listening to games, so like maybe I missed it both times, but I don't hear a name that you mentioned.
Yep, whatever you say.
Damn.
Wow.
Let it go on record that I tried. I looked.
It's okay. I'm sure it's a name you'll hear at some point later.
Okay, cool.
That's
Oh, wow. Okay.
Is it the same name that the bandit said?
I can confirm. Yes, it is.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. I can
Thank
draw a big
you.
old arrow in my notes now.
All the way down to the next few sessions after.
That's okay. If you look at our current session, I have an unrelated section.
Yeah, just
Unrelated.
things that came up in passing.
Yeah, you know. Who did that?
Sorry.
Cries. I just watched all my notes disappear.
I got it by accident because I was trying to copy this at the bottom and put it where it was supposed to be. It's okay. You do it. I'm not touching anything anymore.
Yeah, it's just a nice, relaxing atmosphere, though.
But anywho, yeah. After thinking about the name that we heard, thinking about it coming up again with the bandits, and then trying to tie these new names and these new people in with the people that we've seen. Other than the fact that they all have some sort of association with the cult, I think Venari comes up a little short on drawing any more connections. But I mean, now I have a name at least to go ask the father about. Yeah, that's about where my brain racking went.
Okay. All right. Anyone else using their time to do anything in particular?
Could I have caught Saris at some point this week?
I'm not doing anything. I was literally just playing with your siblings and my siblings, and now I'm just looking at them trying to figure out what do I say.
Yeah, I think at some point if Venari could have caught you without the siblings around, I would have had a tiny little talk.
I mean, they're busy right now.
They're busy bickering.
Yeah, they are.
Okay, cool. Venari comes over to Saris and kind of gives her a little tap on the shoulder.
She looks at you with just confusion and expectancy.
I've been doing some thinking, and I was wondering if you had a moment.
Sure. She just looks back at her brothers and just still doesn't really know what to do, so she just gets up quietly.
I'll take Saris to the hallway or something. Tugs.
Sorry, it's lagging.
It's okay.
That's been a little laggy.
I know I lagged really bad when I was using Chrome, but when I swapped to Firefox, I no longer had that issue.
I'm using neither of those. I'm using Opera.
I always use Firefox.
So I've been thinking about what you said you saw in your vision.
Oh, yeah, I've mostly forgotten about it, but yeah.
Well, I know that we want to go talk to Father in time about completing this ritual. Have you thought about what you're going to be doing with your brothers?
On one hand, it's safe here and they have people that they are around their age that they can talk to and interact with, but I don't want to move them to another home again in so short a time.
I think, if I might impose, you saw your brothers in trouble in the capital in your vision. It might be safer to stay here.
With all this
Uh,
talk about fate and futures and all that stuff, it makes me think that they would just go back on their own and it would end up being the same thing.
Well, the whole point of these visions was that will be how it is if you do nothing. If you do nothing, they will end up back in the capital, but by choosing to put them elsewhere, then it has the possibility to change that outcome. By not trying, you're self-fulfilling that vision.
I never really understood prophecy and all that, so it's rough to just because I'm just second guessing everything.
It does get a little convoluted even for those who try to understand. I think it's just important to take initiative and to, again, not be passive about it in your uncertainty. I understand that that level of uncertainty can make you uneasy and can petrify you from making a decision, but I don't know. I'm not trying to tell you what to do. I just think that my family would have no problem looking out for them for a while. And at the very least, you could try to ease your mind a little bit while you're out. There are plenty of people in this village who could also help train them, and that might keep them occupied.
She's kind of looking past you at them while they're sitting on the couch just bickering. Do I just make the decision without talking to them first?
She shakes her head. I think it'd be best to talk with them to see what they want. At the end of the day, if they want to go back to the capital, it has its own risks, but if that's what they really want, you can't stop them if you're not around. But I think that they respect you enough to listen to your concerns. And I think that they would, at the very least, consider whatever choice that you put out for them.
Should I tell them about what I saw?
You know them better than I do. I can see how on one hand that might cause someone to panic, but also, knowledge is power, and knowing what could happen could help them have the foresight to avoid it themselves. I don't think I can make that decision for you.
I'll talk to them.
Whatever you decide, let me know. We can talk to my family if you decide to ask them to stay here.
I think it would be best if everyone was, well, your family and them were present, so they would know that I'm not just leaving it in someone else's lap, that it's a group decision.
I can gather my parents, no problem.
Tonight, then?
Sure.
Okay.
I'll give Saris a tiny, half hug.
She kind of bristles up, but she will lightly just like hug back, but it's that awkward one where she just like lightly pats on your back.
I've got your back, you know?
And I have yours.
Thank you.
Okay.
Skips off.
Now to mediate. What happens if I just put the two cats on their laps as they're arguing?
Do you put the two cats on their lap?
Yeah, I just put both of the orange cats on them. Just lightly place them into their lap and then place their hands on their head and just let them pet them. Does it help?
So you do that, and Avalon goes, look at that. That's why I got the cuter cat. And Bedivere immediately goes, I can't believe you call any cat ugly. Look at you. And the fight continues.
Sarah just puts her hands in her.
Don't
her
drag
face
the
in her
cats into
hands.
this.
Yeah, Venari would go and let her parents know that Ceres would like to speak with everybody later. Later that night.
Gotcha. That's no problem at all. As long as they're there's no reason they can't make themselves available. Let's do this.
Runa's. Oh, there. I couldn't see her anything.
Oh,
I couldn't see her name. I couldn't see her HP. She was like a ghost.
How do you know she's not?
She doesn't have any bars.
She's fine for me.
Oh, now her stuff showed up for
Yeah, see? That's what happened to me. She popped out of nowhere, had no bars. I'm like, oh.
Damn, that doll can't rap. I
Got no
appreciate you laughing
bars.
at that dumb joke.
Maruna.
yes, Nori.
I think I finally need to be killed.
It's about damn time.
Not by you. You would get too much satisfaction out of this.
Damn it.
Have officially run out of materials to occupy myself with over this last week.
Ah. The worst fate of an intellectual.
It's a nightmare. I'm going to die.
You could assist me in finishing up preparations for lunch if you would like.
Is that a risk you're willing to take?
I trust you have better cooking skills than... Never mind.
Go chop wood. Put some meat on your bones.
There's
Honestly,
plenty
Mike.
of meat on my bones, thank you.
I wouldn't eat you.
Yeah. In comparison to one of the thralls.
These two
You
don't
look like
get
one of
along.
North's skeletons.
They're out here
Not
just
skeletons.
fucking roasting you.
Not summon a
Oh, actually-
skeleton.
Dump out some bones, cast animate dead. This is Jeremy.
No, it's Nort.
No, it's not Nord, because even the skeleton is better built.
Okay, you know what? Of all of the times for you two to actually be on the same page about something, this is
It's when
not
it's
where I
funny.
expected it.
It's when it's funniest.
It is funny. You are so right about that. However,
I'm so happy everyone's getting along.
It won't last.
Just giving you eyes in the back of your head.
you know what? I don't have to stand for this, and North's just going to snap their fingers and cast Levitate and just float up to the ceiling.
Just hang out on the
See?
in the ceiling.
This is why you're scrawny.
You refuse to even use your legs for the most basic of tasks, just like a wizard would.
Says someone who is basically a wizard.
He's going to take off his gloves, roll up his sleeves, and flex.
Can a wizard do this?
Wipes mouth.
Jesus Christ.
Bruna's gonna like kind of chuckle to herself at that, and then start to turn around and just say, "Just be happy that you're allowed to gain muscle mass in the first place." Walk back into the kitchen.
Exactly, Nora. Don't be entitled. Actually use your ability to gain muscle.
Don't be entitled.
Now you sound like Avalon.
How dare you?
Am I wrong?
She gets up.
Oh, no.
Oh, now
I
you've
think this
done
is a
it.
great time for me to go outside and pick up my brother. Oh boy.
I'm going to be watching from right here.
Am
She's
I
gonna use,
correct?
you know, like one of those handbars you put on the top of your like door frame. She's gonna use your legs like that, Nort, and just hang there.
Nort, if
A
you
pull
can
bar?
reach, how tall are the ceilings in this room?
Saris is almost as tall as Noct.
Yeah, she's
You think we
6.
got vaulted ceilings out here in Emptyman?
I don't know.
They're definitely not vaulted, so you know. Are you like laying flat against the ceiling to put as much distance between
I
you
would
and
like, I would like to think Nort is sitting like, you know, crisscross applesauce.
Oh, then like it's only like maybe 7.5, like 8 feet, like more than enough headroom for a normal person. But Saris is also an elf, so
She's 6 foot, and also she's a cryptid.
But yeah, I would,
Can't jump to make up the difference.
I would say Nort's head is probably most accessible. You don't know how the hat is still on, but you know.
Do I reach him?
yes.
Okay. I'm just gonna grab onto his legs and use them as pull-up bars.
All right. So yeah, you Nort, you were kind of upside down, sitting like Indian style up on the ceiling, and Saris has quite literally just used your spell as the anchor needed to just start literally pulling herself up off the ground with you as the base.
You know, all things considered, this is fine.
First to 100 wins. Get on.
Huh?
Point. I use my leg to point at Noct.
They're treating you as exercise equipment. I can't believe it.
You have 9 minutes.
That's more than enough time.
Okay, this is going to be a horrible thing. Can both of you just roll me? Because I don't think either one of you is going to struggle with doing these pull-ups. I think it's actually going to come down to a test of endurance. 9 minutes of intense exercise.
Noct will be counting her reps for her.
No, we're doing this at the same time.
Oh, never
He's got
mind.
2 legs.
You two are doing this on my
Oh, I
legs.
see. I thought it was just you doing them on, like, just suspended from both calves.
Nope.
No.
You've been
Okay.
he's been challenged.
North's been relegated to gym equipment.
Strength check
it's fine.
or-
Hold on before you make a roll, but because I think it's funny, make a charisma saving throw. No.
Which one?
Me- why me?
Because I think it's funny.
Yeah, that
Okay.
tracks.
You'll have to roll with disadvantage.
Yeah, I figured.
Wow. Alrighty.
Thanks.
So with that then, both of you give me let's see, I wanted it to be a test of endurance. So I'm gonna say let's put your constitution on the line.
Oh, great.
Does any
Yeah.
of my endurance come into play with this on account of my body being used as the exercise equipment?
I would say they aren't being too rough with you.
Okay.
Would you like us to be?
No,
So that's the
this is
question.
fine.
Okay. It's not the end of the world. Sarah, give me a constitution save.
Save?
Oh, save.
Yeah, these are saves. I'm sorry. You're kind of pushing yourself.
That actually changes things. I have a 7 modifier. Well, great.
Oh.
Okay. This is not the end of the
I
world.
guess I'll kill myself.
No. It's not the end of the world because all that is just telling me what type of advantages you're going into this with. Saris, I want you to roll a D100 plus 15. Not roll a D100 plus 11.
Damn.
Good roll. That's also a good roll, but it's average. I mean,
Yeah, thanks for the
Literally
curse, by the
middle
way.
of the road.
it wouldn't have changed anything.
So
Actually,
Saris-
yes, it would have.
It would
There-
have changed it from 61 to 65. Wow, how different.
So Saris crushes out 91 pull-ups on Nort's leg. Knocked. You're in full armor. Just at, like, I'm pretty sure Nort is like about to break his ankle because of the grip you have on his leg. Just doing these pull-ups.
What was the point of getting you casual clothes if you're gonna wear armor in my house?
The casual clothes are for dinner.
Be careful with him. He's fragile.
No, this is fine. Reminds me of the time that I got caught in quicksand.
How did you get out with such a frail body?
Got no muscle mass.
I had quite a bit of muscle mass in my youth, I'll have you know.
Where'd it
I
go?
keep forgetting you're very old.
I'm sorry. Did you ask where it went, sis?
Yeah, I did.
I wish I knew, honestly.
You heard of twink death? This is twink rebirth.
But yeah.
I am losing my shit.
But yeah, Saris, you're able to reclaim Avalon's honor with a 30-point deficit. Yep.
Let go. Offer a handshake.
I'm still hanging off Nord until he just comes down naturally.
I would imagine nearing the end of the 10 minutes the spell does naturally start to wear off and you just see Nord sitting on the disc reorient himself straightwards as he
I pull him down
descends
faster.
down and sits on
Also
the table.
pulls.
I pull him down faster.
Nort,
I
you
just
quickly
yank
meet the
down.
ground.
Avengers 1 puny gods.
With a look of just on her face, she just kind of lightly grabs your hand for a second and then just let's go. No shake, just grab hand, let's go.
Nods.
Are they still arguing?
Yes. Yes, they
Damn.
are.
The
At
way-
some, at
Sorry,
some
go
point
ahead.
during their argument, Rune is just gonna walk over with a plate of cheese and crackers, just put it on the table, and then walk away.
Oh, fuck yeah, charcuterie.
They're gonna fucking argue over the cheese and crackers.
The way I was so tempted to in character say, "Stop fighting, or the ghouls will get you."
The fucking ghouls.
Avalon goes and goes eat off the charcuterie board. He goes cheese, cracker, cheese. Bedivere goes cracker, cheese, cracker. And goes, you don't even know how to make a sandwich right.
Oh my god.
Sarah just falls to her knees.
Hmm.
I was gonna say one thing and then I realized I should stop being mean to Nor.
Yeah, I'm not sure
I'm
why.
glad you took that self-reflection.
Yeah. I don't know why your default
Oh
is
my
just being mean to
goodness,
Nort.
restraint.
Has anyone heard anything from the Adventurers Guild as of late? Been about the amount of time required.
That is a good point.
You know, now that you mention it, we haven't.
Should we consider asking Venari to send a message then?
It's almost
When
the
she
end
returns.
of the day, so it will be best to do it now before they close up, I suppose. Where did she go?
Venari is outside. Venari, you said you were talking to your sibling?
Yep, I went to go find my brother.
When
wait here,
you
then.
when you go outside, you find him he's just sitting on the ground. He's got his sword out and he's just working at its sharpness with a sharpening stone.
Why are you doing this all the way out here?
Well, I just finished using it, so I want to make sure it's sharp before I put it away.
She'll sit down next to him.
He immediately scoots away.
Frowns. I would have thought with how upset you were about me being gone so long, you wouldn't shy away like that.
You're here and you don't plan on going anywhere anytime soon, so I don't have to breathe down your neck anymore.
About that.
Excuse me?
So, I figured I should let you know before we talk to the father about it, but that whole ritual I was supposed to do all those months ago never got done. So my friends and I are thinking about going and finishing that up. Just thought it would be nice to tell you this time.
You watch as his entire facial expression goes through several different emotions as he kind of like works himself through the process of, are you out of your mind, to the ritual is very important. Why does it have to be you? It makes more sense that it's you. He's just back and forth in his head until he finally does settle on, can Father in Time not go himself?
You think he's going to make that trip all by himself?
No,
He's better off protecting everyone here.
that's true.
And that's why I wanted to talk to you, actually. That pilgrimage, we lost almost half the church. And with everything going on outside, while I know that it's been really safe here, I can't help but worry. So I was gonna ask you to, not that you need to, but, try to be more vigilant. Because I'm afraid of what might come.
Well, the enchantment on the woods have been holding strong. I don't expect anything to come wandering in. At the very least, nothing I can't handle. But if anyone needs to be careful, it needs to be you. I'm already restraining myself, trying to tell you that you can't leave. You can do whatever you want, so long as you are careful. And stares right at you. Contact home when you need help.
I will make sure to do that this time. And I don't think there's too much to worry about. I mean, I'm much stronger than I was when I first left, and all my friends are just as strong, if not stronger.
I am on the fence about that one. The only one I really trust is the blue-haired one. She's stronger than she lets on. But I haven't fought any of the other ones, so I can't vouch for any of the other ones. And I know you haven't fought them either, so don't say that.
Why would I fight my comrades?
To tell how strong they are.
You shouldn't fight with your friends.
It's not necessarily a fight, you're sparring. It's how you help each other get stronger without having to put your life on the line.
I think if you were to see these people fight for real, you wouldn't be worried.
Well, I haven't seen them fight for real. The closest I've seen any of them fight is the one that I trust.
I'm not gonna tell you you're being paranoid, because, I'm nervous too, but we do what we gotta do. Just have a little faith in me,
Yeah, I'll make sure that there's still a village for you to come back to. You just have to come back.
I'll make sure that happens. While we're gone, we're going to ask Mom and Dad if it's okay for Ceres's brothers to stay here. And if that ends up being the case, I would like it if you help shape them up a little bit. I know how strong you are, and I feel like you have a lot you could teach them.
If I have the time.
You and I both know you'll find it.
Yeah, but saying yes right out of the gate when you ask something of me irks my nerves.
I appreciate you either way. I know you'll do good.
Yeah. If they end up staying, then I'll keep an eye on them and make sure that they learn something. A thing or two before they have to leave.
Thanks. You know how hard it is to not seem nervous all the time?
Yeah, well, you have your tells, and I can only imagine how nervous the outside world's got you.
Can I be honest?
You should always be honest, at least with me.
I don't think I like it there that much. Maybe I've just been pampered living here my whole life, but there have been great people that I've met, but there's been just as many bad people. And I just don't think I have the tenacity to live with all of that. But I know that what we do here is to protect everyone outside. So I'm how do I put this? I'm trying to be strong to do my duty, I guess. But I don't think you have to worry about my heart being somewhere else. I think I'm always gonna want to be home.
Good then. Now, the outside world seems like it's a complicated place, and I don't want to put a lot of thought into whether I can trust the person in front of me. So I understand what you mean. I don't know. Father Entime told me a bit about the stuff going on, more apparitions popping up places. I get that the ritual is important, so as long as, I don't know, as long as you aren't outside forever, then yeah, just go and do what you have to do and then come home.
Of course. That's been the plan since the beginning. Though I can't promise I'll come home alone.
Excuse me?
Or if I do come home, I might not stay forever, but either way, I'll keep coming back.
I'll have to be okay with that for now. Just don't bring any weirdos.
Is there anything weird about the people I brought this time?
Oh, yeah, plenty. Like, listen, I know I'm not a talker. One of these people has zero social skills. And the fact that I say that and you don't know which one I'm talking about is telling.
She taps her chin. You know, I think they all have their charms whether or not they're talkative.
One of them has never looked me in the eye. And if they have, I can't tell.
You have nothing to worry about. He's not scary, and he probably looks you in the eye just fine.
I'm not sure about that. That's the part I'm talking about.
I've never really had the concern whether or not he was looking at me.
Well, you fought side by side with them. Like I said, it's a little weird. And that's not even the one who never takes their helmet off.
Oh, you were talking about someone else.
Exactly. They're so weird, you don't know which one I'm talking about.
They're not weird. They're wonderful people. I don't think you should judge people based on their appearances.
I don't. I base it on how they act. And as far as I'm concerned, one of them has never looked me in the eye and the other one never takes off their helmet. So
well, I think you should respect what makes them comfortable.
I have. It's just why I haven't, it's why I haven't challenged every single one of your friends to a fight. It's the respectful thing to do.
You'd wear yourself out trying.
See, now I think you're underestimating me.
Oh, nonsense. I think the world of you. But they're just as capable.
Okay, I'll have to believe you.
Now you don't have to worry about being surprised when I make plans to leave. She stands up, pats herself off. And I promise I'll write. But you have to write back.
Fine. I'll write back.
You better. walks away.
Oh, there you are.
Is something the matter?
We were looking for you.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It was nothing. We just were wondering if you could send a message to the guild and see if it's time or not.
Ah. I can send them a letter, but we probably won't hear back for another 2 days.
Oh, well, at least it's better that they know that we're waiting than just not.
I could also let them know that we have something we'll be taking care of that might take a few days ourselves. So as they don't interrupt us.
True. It's best to let them know.
I'll draft it in a few hours then, before bed.
Understood. Also, I won.
You won?
I won.
What'd you win?
I won.
Congratulations.
God.
What did Sarah's win?
A silly competition that they had.
A competition held over my dead body.
Well, you look alive and well to me.
Oh, I am already dying inside.
Tilts her head.
The boredom's gotten to me.
He's being dramatic.
Do you want a book? I have a couple.
If I must be relegated to intellectual efforts, then I suppose I must.
Ugh.
As opposed to
As opposed to getting unnecessarily swole, so built that my brain collapses.
it's possible to do both. Look at me.
Your brain is a muscle too. I don't see what the problem is.
I have a good
Keep
way for you to get
focusing.
exercise.
Depending on how good the suggestion is, determines if I polymorph you into a cat or not.
She takes out her bow. I can ask you to run.
Please don't. We need him.
I'll aim for the legs.
Brenna rolls her eyes.
I casually slide Nort the horror book that I picked up in that library.
Nort takes the book and puts it in front of their face instead of casting a spell. I suppose this will have to do. I certainly am not going to be running anytime soon, after all.
You're right. You won't know when you have to.
Why does it feel really tense in here? Anyway, I let my brother know that we're thinking about taking off soon. We still need to have a conversation with my parents tonight and then go talk to Father in time about brushing you all up on the ritual, but I don't think he's gonna have any qualms with us going and finishing the job.
Are you sure we don't need to do anything important that would, risk the sake of the world?
What would that mean?
Like, we have to do a very specific ritual that I won't remember when the time comes because I am not good with that stuff.
It might take longer, but I think I could do it by myself if need be.
I'll try my best.
Hmm.
I think we all are interested, at the very least, in making sure you don't have to do this alone.
Honestly,
I
I think
agree.
the only real concern is making sure that nobody learns how to do it from any of you afterwards?
Are you gonna mind wipe us?
It is very secret.
You could simply
I
kill
might
me.
just have to.
Wait, you can actually do that.
There
You
are
assumed
spells
she
for that sort
couldn't.
of stuff, I believe.
Takes out her bow.
I'm unsure if they would work on me in the first place, but I wouldn't intend on telling anyone anyways.
She
You
just
have
smiles at
memories, don't
everyone.
you? I don't think you need a brain for a memory erasure spell, as long as you actually have memories.
They're not stored in the same way that everyone else has them stored.
You still have them, though.
There's a little typewriter inside Maruna that's just just
A bunch
tapping
of zeros
away.
and ones.
Oh, we're out of ink cartridges.
She spits out a receipt.
Oh, don't worry, guys. It's thermal.
How am I so hungry again already? I just had dinner 2 hours ago.
Blame Germany.
I actually didn't eat like a ton every day over there,
Yeah, but it's
believe it or
breakfast
not.
time now.
Yeah. Well, actually, still no.
Isn't it like 8 hours ahead of us?
It is 30. Hang on, let me. It is 5:40
Never mind.
over there.
Let's see.
Oh, the memory spell is actually a wizard spell.
Yeah.
Yeah, modify memory. Does it specify what kind of creatures it can be used on?
I'm assuming it's any, and it's just based on your int score.
It just says creature, really.
okay.
It doesn't even say anything about int score.
Yeah, it could probably work on me then.
You are a
Fenrir was
creature.
Yeah, just
joking,
another
though.
creature.
Yeah.
You were joking.
weren't.
Father End Time wasn't.
I was just making a haha.
And it was very funny.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm trying my hand at comedy.
I probably won't remember the ritual afterwards anyway.
It's already working.
Huh?
Exactly.
Sarah grabs their bow.
But yeah, I don't think there's too much to be concerned about when it comes to messing up. We all have to practice at some point, and I can just make up for any mistakes.
You know, in some ways, this is almost a little exciting to imagine us doing.
Mm,
It has been a while since I've had to do a ritual, after all.
you'll get to see the most holy of our, of my own personal religious, sites. So it feels very personal, and I'm very happy that you'll get to see it, I suppose. I don't know. I like the fact that I'm going to be sharing something so personal with you all.
It will be a good experience, I'm sure.
You'll get to see where the end slumbers.
I didn't realize it was an actual entity. I figured it was the void.
While it is a concept, it also has to manifest in some way.
Interesting.
I
Spooky.
mean, I would say this tracks.
Writes this
My-
down for my own purposes.
My own deity, after all, manifests herself very much so as the moon.
Exactly.
If it has a physical form, we can kill it. If we can kill it, I can resurrect it.
Fly
think
me
that's how
to
that
the
works.
moon and let me kick its fucking ass.
Let me show you what I learned in my moon jujitsu class.
It's at this time that the door opens and your mother comes home.
Welcome home.
Well, thank you. What you all standing up for, having your own little talks?
Just enjoying what might be our final evening here.
You all planning on leaving that soon?
We might have to.
Okay, well, if that's the case, then I best get to work. I've got to get a feast ready.
Did you get my message earlier?
I did. When your father's awake, we'll go ahead and have that conversation that you wanted to have.
If we wait for him to wake up on his own, we might be waiting all evening.
Well, he knows not to sleep too long. Once the food's done, I'll go and bother him.
She goes into the kitchen. Maruna will like look over. She goes, I prepared lunch for everyone already.
That is very kind of you, thank you.
Slides the gets back over. I guess I'll go wake him now then.
When she walks by, she just kind of like mumbles like, sorry.
Maruna's like, I gotta sneak any chance I can to cook.
I thought you were going to teach me.
I'm sure you guys gave it another shot.
Yeah,
throughout the
yeah.
week.
I assume
Surely.
that we've done it a couple of times.
Roll a d20 at disadvantage.
I'm going to kill you.
Actually, you know what? You rolled. You guys were here for a week. Okay, I've got my rules out for learning things. Can you roll me 3 intelligence checks?
I'm good at those. Will you have dropped the curse on me for the?
Maybe.
It was earlier, don't worry.
I was really hoping for a 13 on the last one. Yeah, 11, 12, 15.
Yeah, your cooking gets progresses to the point. Well, actually, I should have had them do this first, but they can do it now. Maruna, since you're doing the cooking, can you also roll me it's your choice. Roll either an int check or a wisdom check. Add your proficiency, and if you're also proficient in cooking tools, you can take that at advantage. Did I lose them?
Oh, she fucking died.
I can't believe it. She's fucking dead.
No problem.
Oh shit. Stream seems to have died in terms of their visuals.
Aw.
It literally just disappeared.
Okay, it's back now. I
Okay,
don't know
hold
why
on.
that
Sorry,
happened.
sorry. Repeat what you said. I was distracted myself.
Oh, no problem. I was going to ask, because I should have had them do this before they rolled their in checks. Can you roll me either an int check or a wisdom check with your proficiency bonus, because you're proficient in cooking, and if you are also proficient in cooking tools, roll with advantage.
I am proficient in tools. One second. Intelligence and wisdom are the same for me. So actually, I just have a cooking utensils thing. It's +5 because I'm proficient in it. It's intelligence and all that. Go. 24.
24. So with Maruna's teaching abilities, Noct, you are actually now proficient in cooking utensils.
Let's go. Thank you.
Let's just go ahead and mark that down. You are now proficient with cooking.
The lowest I could have rolled was a 14, which I think still would have been enough.
Nare is proficient in stove.
Arson. Oh.
Yippee.
You have to go through a research tree and do things one at a time. First, you have to research vegetables, what they're made of, how to. Then you can,
How they're grown.
yeah, and then you can you can do picking them up, and then you can do cutting them.
Now I have to take a whole class on knives and just
Yeah, you
knives.
have to- oh yeah, you have to research knives.
I failed it the first time because my trauma's just too much.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Honestly, yeah.
Noct is very familiar with knives.
That's okay. You can cut everything for me.
Yeah.
You can't continue in the research tree unless you research it first.
God
You
damn
can't
it.
skip a step.
God damn it. I'll never get married.
Oh my god.
I'll mark that as the 4th time we've heard that over this last week.
Every single time she walks in the kitchen, she breaks down crying.
Yeah. She always gets escorted out of the kitchen in tears, and it's always, I'll never be a bride.
Okay. So with that, I'm just getting some things ready here. And alrighty. So it's with lunch served and your day going about as quietly as you would have hoped. Vinar, you said you were going to send out that message to the guild.
Yes, I will use my parchment of sending. So I think it takes a day to reach them. Let me read it. Yeah, within 24 hours, if the recipient is on the same plane of existence, it'll reach them.
Are we
And then
technically
they
on a
can
different
return
plane
it
of
to me, but then
existence?
it'll take another 24 hours to reach me.
Okay.
Is that true?
It is a parchment of sending. Yes.
Oh, the parchment is sending. Yeah, not
Yeah.
the regular sending. I was like, okay. I was like, does sending take 24 hours? Really?
Nah, I have a magic item to save my spell slots.
What are you gonna need your spell slots for?
Well, potentially this.
What murder?
You know, it's not like this trip tried to kill me once before.
You'll get them back tomorrow.
Okay. But you all, you gather for lunch. Everyone starts to come out of their rooms or come back inside. And I think you said you were going to talk to Father Endtime to get everyone up to speed about what they would have to do for the ritual.
Yes, but also Saris wanted to talk to their brothers and my parents.
We'll do that alone.
I just mean they're right here, so.
Saris is uncomfortable with everyone here. She is
I
not
think-
going to show emotion.
Also, between meal prep and things, I think Noct would have gone back to his room, changed into his casual clothes, and come back. Still got the helmet on.
Oh, so you'll change into casual clothes for cooking, but not for working out on my dead body.
Yes.
Good for you.
Having the armor on during workout is extra incentive to work harder.
I mean, if you need that motivation.
Just gonna drag everyone over.
Oh, by the way, we're having the cute little like triangle cut sandwiches for lunch.
This has cured my boredom.
Triangles, the best cure.
Geometric sandwiches.
Geometric shapes. It goes in the square hole.
Cries.
Your mouth turns into a square.
But yeah, alrighty. So with that, we know that Saris needs to talk to the parents to see if Bedivere and Avalon can stay and be looked after. You all were going to talk to Father Endtime. Was there anything else we were trying to do while in the safety of this spirited away town?
You put in a lot of emphasis on that safety.
Oh, listen, that's the big draw to this place. It's safe.
I think I've done everything that I had to do.
I think Noct would ask Venari to just speak with him privately later, whether that's tonight or on the road.
I just think while everybody is having their conversations and getting ready to go talk with Father Endtime, before we leave, Nort's just going to spend some time outside to appreciate the sunset and bask in moonlight.
Cool.
I guess I'll talk to the family while everyone else is busy.
Okay. Just gonna get just a few more things ready. But Venari, Noct, did you all want to do that conversation now, or did you want to save it, or?
It could happen after everyone else does their things.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
They could just be gone while I do my talk, and they're just talking outside, and Nord is on the roof or something.
You know what? Yeah, Nord being on the roof feels about right.
Can he climb up without his magic?
I'll have you know I have a strength score.
Yeah.
It certainly is
3.
a number.
I have a score of 12. I'm slightly above average.
Look at you, my above average boy.
It's stronger
Would
than
you
me,
like a
actually.
cookie?
You're wise. You gotta.
Yeah.
Being wise is better than being smart.
I'm
The
neither.
slander. This is why I'm going onto the roof.
I'm inclined to agree with you, I say as an int caster.
Like no one heard what I said during that.
What'd you say?
We didn't.
I actually didn't.
I just casually said during that, I'm neither.
Charisma is my dump stat for once in my life.
Yeah, I'll drag Noct out the back door. Everybody can have their private moment.
She's taking me out behind the shed.
Yep,
She's gonna pull
it's your
the
time,
trigger.
buddy.
Veronica
Sorry,
say
you
if she
upset my
wants.
brother. You gotta go.
This is fine.
Now you just gotta exile Maruna somehow.
No, it's so fine. She can stay.
Yay!
Oh no, I just realized something.
What?
Nort actually doesn't have vision on this map. I've been looking through the cat's eyes this entire time.
You went outside and you can't see.
I only realized when I stepped outside and the shadows didn't move.
I like the idea of Nort walking out of the house and then his hat just like falling further down than normal. He's like, I'm blind. I'm blind.
I'm blind. I can't see. It's over. It's time has come.
I knew it was gonna happen eventually.
I just didn't think it was gonna be so soon.
We'll talk about that in a moment, Nort.
Oh, okay.
It will be addressed, whether you want it to be or not.
Yeah. So yeah.
How much longer till Lord's time?
Yeah. So lunch is being served, and Saris, you had a conversation you needed to have.
Yeah. I kind of just like look over at. Did Vinari tell her mom and dad about the thing? I think she did, right?
I imagine
Otherwise-
she would have.
Otherwise, I'm
Not
just
one
sitting
to be
here,
cryptic.
just alone with your parents.
Yeah, she's not really the type for cryptic conversations. She's fairly forward.
Okay, so at least they know why they're here.
Yeah.
And Maruna's also here.
Yeah.
She just kind of looks at Maruna and then looks back at her brothers.
She's just kind of standing there because she can't eat, so she's just like.
That's how you get off.
That's so sad. What the fuck?
Your brothers, for at least the moment, have stopped their bickering.
Avalon, Bedivere, I have to say a thing. It's about Dad.
You have both of their full attentions now.
I think you've been here long enough so you know that people around here, they're special. They can talk to you in your head amongst other things. And in doing so, they also have other things like fortune telling, to put it bluntly. I had a vision and I saw Dad. But I also saw you two. And you two didn't look great. It was in the capital. So, the priest man told me that this was only something that would happen if I sat around and did nothing and let it happen. So I'm making a decision, and Vinari has already told them, but I'd like you to stay here with Tanara, Yozen, and the rest until I know what's going on. I don't know how long that'll be, but I promise I'll make sure that the dad I saw in that vision is not the dad you'll see, and he'll just be the same as he always was. You two can say no, obviously, and I'll just take you back to the capital, and that'll be that. But I don't want to be passive. I want to take that destiny and I want to change it. If that's what it even is, I don't even know.
They both look between each other before turning their attention back to you. And Avalon is the first to speak and goes, Was something wrong with Dad in this vision?
Do you remember the bandits?
Mm-hmm.
He was with the spellcasters of the group, which were the people that they've been a big problem since for a while. So it's seemingly all connected right now.
Bedivere speaks up then. But why have us stay here? Did something bad happen to us in the capital, or? And if it's not safe, why are you going back?
Because I have to. I've prided myself on being the strongest since Mom and Dad are away, so I'll continue to do that. I'll make sure that Dad just comes back as he was, and I'll show him how strong I've become. And as for what happened, I won't beat around the bush. I don't think you survived.
They both have this wide-eyed expression before they in that twin fashion almost seem to have a conversation with just their eyes before they both give a hesitant nod. If you think that us staying here is the best option, then we'll stay, but you've got to come back and get us, or just let us know when we can leave and come find you.
I will.
Okay. And both of them turn back to their food for a moment. And after a few minutes, you watch as they both kind of go from having like the drooped ears, like downcast look, to both of them immediately kind of like perk up and as if something like has their attention, and they just go back to eating their food.
I don't know if how it works, but I'm just gonna kind of look at Bernard's mom.
Mhm.
She's one of the mind reading people, right?
The Kalistar, everyone
Yeah.
here is.
Okay, I thought Yozan was like an outsider.
Yozan is an well, I guess I should explain it. Yozan was an outsider. Once he got married and took on the same faith as Tanara and everyone here, there's a ritual that you can undergo to call on one of these spirits of the void and have it attached to you, so you become a Kalistar.
Oh, okay. So it's not like a born thing; it's like a ritual thing.
Yep. So Tanara was born one. Same with Kashara and Neva, but Yozan came here, married, and then became one.
Okay. Can I just like kind of give her a look and just like, hey, can you just like read my thoughts for a second? And I'll just think, don't let them train, just let them be kids.
Janara kind of tilts their head. Oh, they're always going to be kids, but kids are always growing.
Just give them what I can't really give them for me while I'm gone.
Okay, I'll make sure that they get support.
And Cersei will just kind of eat the sandwich. What kind of sandwich is it, Marina?
Marina is making herself scarce in the kitchen right now.
Yeah, but what kind of sandwich is it?
Well, there's multiple. Which?
Yeah.
You want me to just pick a sandwich?
Yeah, just pick a sandwich. Which one did I get?
You got ham. You got a ham and cheese. There's multiple
Thank
in the
you.
basket that you can grab, but that's the one that you picked up.
Thank you. I eat all the meat and not the cheese.
Oh my god.
That checks out.
Have some
Marina.
dignity. Enjoy some cheese.
Marina is doing the dishes and she just like cringes and doesn't know why.
Just takes out the slice of cheese, puts it on Avalon's plate, and then eats the sandwich without it.
Avalon takes the cheese, passes it down to Bedivere.
Oh my god. This fucking family. Elves.
Somehow all the cheese is ending up on Kashara's plate.
It goes around the table and then
Yeah.
it ends back on Sarah's plate.
Yuzan's just like, woo, more cheese.
He seems
I
like
knew I
a
liked
man.
him.
All right, that's my thing done. You guys talk now. Your turn. Hands you the scene.
Hands you the microphone.
Hands you the microphone. Puts it in your mouth.
Hello?
Like that one Markiplier clip
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Falls in.
where he's like, oh.
Yeah, the Warp Stash interview.
Yeah.
God, I haven't thought about that in years.
Okay. Which one of you is going next? Is it Noct and Venari, or is it Nort? Or is Maruna getting up to something in the kitchen?
I'm cleaning and trying not to hear what I was hearing outside because it is not my business.
I feel like whatever's about to happen to me is beyond my control, so by all means, please, Nord.
Yeah, the moon falls on you,
Not
motherfucker.
Venari.
Mark's following you down.
Even you get
Then
even
Nort-
you're getting us mixed up. But yeah, I suppose we'll go.
Okay. Got your chat. Moving over.
I have been unable to shake some thoughts on words had, both at the bandit camp and later at the church.
Oh, well, whatever it is, I'm all ears. What's troubling you?
Am I a monster?
She kind of cocks a brow and tilts her head. I think we've had this conversation before.
It is sticking with me.
All right then, let's try a different approach. What do you think is a monster?
Someone who harms innocents without purpose. Even with purpose.
And just how many innocents have you harmed lately?
Lately, none. Earlier in our travels, one.
Are you not trying to better yourself? Do you not feel guilty for the things in your past?
I do. It's just...
Do you think a monster feels remorse?
He'll very hesitantly put his hands on his helmet. Slowly, like shakily take it off.
Perhaps some do.
I don't think so. I think a monster is someone who does harm onto the innocent without any thought of how that displays them. They do not care about those around them. They only care for their own purpose. And I think that you care a great deal about those around you. I don't think a monster has the time or capacity for guilt. Whereas you dwell on that quite often.
Admittedly, I am also a bit scared, I think would be the best word for it.
What is it that frightens you?
If I am able to enact my vengeance, cross off everyone on the list, I don't know who or what I will be anymore. This has defined me for 20 years. I don't do anything else. If I am not Noctire the Evening Bell, Hunter of Bandits, what am I anymore?
It sounds to me like that's something you need to discover for yourself. You want there to be something else, don't you?
I've never had the opportunity to consider it.
And yet here you are considering. Is that not the predicament you find yourself in right now? I think it tells a lot that you're even thinking about such things before you've even achieved your goals. If anything, that means you're giving yourself time to discover this.
Do you think that maybe you could help me figure that out?
I don't mind being beside you as you find it yourself.
I would appreciate that. May I have a hug?
You don't have to ask for such things. She'll put her arms around him.
Thank you.
You have my permission to do so whenever you wish.
That will take getting used to.
But of course.
Very hesitantly hug her back. Go to put on the helmet again for a moment, and then just tuck it under his arm.
I think it's very good that you're thinking about these things. I understand that you might have thought that life beyond vengeance was a luxury, but hopefully you now see that your goals are well within your grasp. They aren't far-fetched ideals, you know? And life will go on. And I think you have the capability to do and be whatever you want once that's, well, once you've gotten to that point.
Thank you. You've got a good head on your shoulders.
Well, I try. Someone has to around here.
I don't.
But that's okay. I'll do enough, introspection for the both of us.
Thank the gods, because it's very difficult.
Must be nice to not be cooped up in that helm,
I will admit, for the past day or so, I haven't even had my shadows in there, so it's nice not having them whisper to me.
Is this news to Venari?
Probably. I don't think he's mentioned this to anyone.
I was like, that feels like a lore drop, huh?
And he just casually moves on.
Do they bother you?
That might be one word for it. On the other hand, they keep me focused on my purpose, for lack of a better word.
You can see some gears turning for a moment. I have an idea. I know you trust me. That much is evident.
Implicitly.
Can I ask that you trust those we travel with?
Yes.
I-
Though I think Saris just hates me on principle.
I think Sarah's has some issues of her own that she's working through. And seeing you scares her. I think she sees the potential for, how do I put this? I think she subconsciously sees you as a mirror.
That is not
And
a
I
good
think
mirror
that-
to look into.
Yeah, I think that frightens her a little bit. But I have an idea for a little experiment.
Go on.
I think it would be nice for you to spend your evenings without your helmet. And in that time, when you're able to breathe the fresh air and not be so stuffed up in there with the thoughts and ramblings of others, that you take that time to think for yourself and think of what it is that you want beyond revenge.
I would like to preface this by saying I trust you a lot, but are you sure that is a good idea? If not, for my own sake, then we will be having lunch and I'm assuming dinner as well, with multiple children, and I look like this.
I'm not going to ask you to do anything that makes you uncomfortable. And if you would rather err on the side of caution, just do it at night, when we're camping and such. I'm not asking you to ditch it forever. Just take advantage of what time you can to clear your mind.
I have 2 final questions, then I will be done consuming your time.
All right, ask away.
Do you think my face would frighten your family or Ceres's brothers?
I think your face might startle them, but I don't think that they are the type of people to shun you. If anything, it tells a story,
Does it startle you?
I'm not afraid. It doesn't startle me. I feel sad. Because it means that you went through a lot of pain at one point. And that pain has obviously done quite the number on you. Not just your face, but in your mind. You think quite little of yourself, and that saddens me.
I apologize. I do not intend to.
It's nothing for you to apologize for. And I am assuming you fully intend on straightening things up with the people who caused that.
With extreme
They're the
violence,
ones who
yes.
Well, they might not get the chance to apologize if you do that, but I also don't think their apologies would mean much either.
Mhm. Thank you.
But of course.
I like spending time with you.
And he is going to just shuffle away.
Oh, wait, don't leave. I like spending time with you too.
Very hesitantly walk back into the room, helmet under the shoulder, or under the arm.
She's just prancing behind him with a smile.
Did we want to address this very out in the open knocked here? How dare he?
Yeah, how dare he?
How dare
Or
he?
has no idea yet again.
I somehow feel like Nort keeps doing this to himself. Just conveniently unavailable every time.
Oh God, all 4 of them are at the table. I don't know if I can do this.
be here with you. You'll be okay. Although I do think it's a little tragic, the one who is most interested in your face isn't inside.
Should I not let him see it as a bit?
I think that would annoy him quite a bit.
Understood.
And he will put the helmet back on.
You tried your best. Both teams
But you
played
don't
hard.
succeed.
The funny thing is I was talking about both Nort and Curran. Neither one of them are in this damn room.
Curran
Curran
is
is
Curran's
Curran
in
is.
the
You just
room.
can't see him.
He's
You
just
you just
he's
don't
out
eyes
of
around
way.
their corner.
Yeah,
I think Noct would have gotten far enough into the room that Curran could have seen in that case. I think explicitly he was thinking of annoying Nort.
Yeah, I can't see around this corner.
Oh, well then Curran
She's
wouldn't have
definitely
seen
there.
anything if you didn't walk into the room.
I'm debating whether to also keep it a secret from Curran. No, I should probably let the brother-in-law not hate me. Yeah, I think I'll get to here before making that decision to put the helmet back on. He can see it for a moment.
Curran
From this direction, that's the side with all the damage too.
Yeah.
Curran locks eyes with you, and for a moment his eyes get a bit wider, and then you hear in your head Curran's voice, and he says, "You still look like you can't throw a punch."
Damn.
Bro.
Is that a challenge to a duel?
Got his ass.
I reiterate, am I being challenged?
No, I don't hurt guests.
Hmm.
And he's just gonna slip past and go to his room.
Where are you going? Everyone's out here.
Yeah, I'm tired after training. I'm just gonna lay down. Don't worry. Now that I've seen your friend's face, I don't mind letting him sit at the table.
He is going to sit in the shame knowing that he would have lost a duel.
I think he likes you all.
Thank God that makes one of us.
Put the helmet back on.
Why is everyone just awkwardly shuffling cheese around?
Your dad turns around. He's got a few pieces of cheese in his mouth. Oh, I'm not. I'll eat all of the cheese, as is my role.
She hasn't done the
cheese
easy thing and
master.
just given him the cheese. She keeps bringing it to her brothers.
Your brothers continue shuffling it around.
I just take a piece of cheese off my dad's plate. Nom nom nom.
The legacy continues.
Father doing what father does best, I see.
The green family on an all dairy diet, the blue family on an all meat diet. Oh God, all three of them probably get the meat sweats.
We digest meat better than normal people.
As this next round of cheese gets passed around, you see Avalon is about to pass it on to Bedivere, and both Bedivere and Avalon's ears perk up for just a moment, and Avalon starts to take the cheese back, but then Bedivere reaches over and grabs the cheese, and they both yank on it, pulling it in half, and both of them stuff the cheese into their mouth. They look very unhappy about it.
has gotten into them?
Your appearance was a threat that if they don't finish their food, you'll go in the kitchen.
Saris, what's your passive perception?
I could see God. Hold on. I
I'm
think it's
side-eyeing my sisters right now.
27.
27.
Almost.
Jesus Christ.
It's almost 30 at this point.
You notice a very wry grin on both Kashara and Neva's faces.
What were they doing beforehand?
Just eating their food.
Oh, they did the mind thing.
Mhm.
Just squinting at them, wondering what they said. Can I insight them? I can't read. I can't. This is the best I can do. Is infer.
you yeah, let's go ahead and give me an insight roll.
Nice. It is. 21.
21. The most you can make out of a quiet conversation is that whatever was said was probably some kind of initiative that they would have to take to eat the cheese, and both of them decided they were going to act on it.
Damn.
Neither one of them looked like they're happy about the cheese taste, but they say nothing, swallow, and then continue eating the sandwiches.
I think they were called babies if they didn't eat the cheese.
Well, you know for a fact both of your brothers could definitely be taunted into eating cheese.
Definitely.
Yeah. Outside of that, both of them just continue to, instead of plucking the cheese off their sandwiches, both of them continue to suffer through cheese.
Suffer through cheese.
Yeah.
That's such a funny sentence. We're not lactose intolerant. We just don't like.
You just don't like
cheese.
cheese. It's just not your thing.
Not our thing.
You would much rather have like cured meats.
Yeah.
But while the family continues eating and conversating, I'm just gonna pop outside to Nort for a second.
The moon
Nort,
falls on you.
Nort is in the dark. Give me a second, Nort. All I've got to do is come in here.
Please have my eyesight back.
No, you don't.
Oh,
You could get much,
Never.
much worse. You got played in the bed, the gay baby jail.
Let's do that so the chat can see. And sure, I'll turn this back on, and then I'll just. Let's see. Is it this? It is this. So. There we go. There you go. You should have your eyes back now. If I turn this off, there you go.
oh, thank goodness I do.
Yeah. So, Nort, you go outside and you've taken it upon yourself to watch the last few rays of the sun before the moon takes over the sky.
Like a big pizza pie.
Yep. Like a big pizza pie.
That's amore.
That's Soluna.
Would I, and I might be just making a fool of myself here, would I have been able to find a way on top of the roof?
Yeah, absolutely.
Sick. But yeah, I think during this time, Nort would take some opportunities to reflect, so to speak, on the conversation that he had in the vision, and just appreciate the fact that his goddess is still here, even if not quite, sort of, kind of.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, you get that type of comfort from everywhere as you look up and the moon, though, is shining bright. And while you don't feel like that strong, singular connection of the past, that ephemeral one of just knowing that, you know, you're in a state of transition, or rather, it's in a state of transition that involves you, is more than enough. Nort, can you? Oh, sorry.
Huh?
Go ahead.
No, please.
Excuse. Oh, what?
I was just gonna wax poetically at the moon and say something to the extent of, I'm not gonna let you down, but if you need me to do something.
It's with those words that you are there if something needs to happen. That yeah, you find yourself thinking back on that vision that you had where the world had essentially gone dark and you had to kind of seek out the moon in order to finally notice its silhouette in its new moon state, hidden in a deep shadow. And you're starting to feel that way again. As you feel this sense of calm suddenly start to wane in itself, a sense of anxiety kind of seeps into the core of your body, like prickles on the skin, getting deeper and deeper. And you notice that all of this is stemming from this fraying of your vision at just the edges of your peripheral.
No, please. Come on now. Is there anything I can do for myself to try and ease this sense?
I don't know. What would you think would work? How would you try and ease this sense of panic that's setting in for yourself?
I think Nort would make an effort to try and force, not quite force, but ease himself into calming down and hoping that as the anxiety passes, this too will pass. So I suppose a wisdom check? Question mark?
Yeah, sure. I'll say that you've definitely have the ability to kind of like walk yourself back to the center. You've been in a lot of extreme situations, and hopefully you can bring yourself back to a place of general hopefulness.
Would you like me to make that a check or a save?
You know what? Make it a save.
16.
Okay. Like that fraying finally does stop. That flickering of your sight does finally go away, but it doesn't fully recover. You're in this constant state of haze as the clear night sky with the moon shining brightly finally has shadows and clouds that dance only in your eyes, obscuring everything around you.
I think as he's finding his center and reaching their calm again, North's just going to speak to the moon once more and say, "For all the power that you've given me to see this to the end, I worry I might not be able to literally see it. But I'm gonna be trying my best here. For as long as I still can." And after a prolonged moment of silence to perhaps steel themselves in that determination, Nort will then make their way off the roof before something dangerous happens.
Absolutely. Can you give me an acrobatics check?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, that's about what I expected.
Yeah, you all are inside having a fantastic time, and then you hear a big like thump outside as Nort falls off of the roof.
What in the world?
So I am actually outside. Do I? How well do I hear this?
Yeah, you hear like what sounds like the shimmying of something on the roof, and then a sudden rush of sound and a kind of like splash as Nort lands just off the side of the firewood. So you hear all of this wood goes like clattering around, and just a.
Just go walk around the back.
He managed to fall off at the front of the house.
Yeah, she was just doing a sweep.
I see you didn't levitate.
All these years and I've only been able to do it once a day.
Reaches a hand down.
I think you'll notice, Noct, that for a moment, Nort stares at your hand, reaches out, and actually misses grabbing it before finding it and pulling himself up.
Have you suffered head trauma?
Far from it. Lest you worry, my mind is still fully intact.
Your mind, sure, but what of your cerebellum? Your ability to have fine motor functions?
I think my motor functions are the least of anyone's concern. Rest assured. I only fell because of how dark it's getting.
Insight check.
Yeah.
As someone who is not currently present to both of you guys' knowledge.
I'm also pulling an insight check because that sounds like an excuse if ever I heard one.
Teehee.
Come on, man. I'm just not allowed to roll well if not.
It's okay. It's okay.
Me too.
I think with both of those rolls, I can say with confidence, Noct, as much as you would get is that this is the first time Nord is attempting to intentionally deceive for any reason. And Maruna, you would kind of see peeking around the corner the hands that Nord is holding behind his back trembling.
Good to know.
But I think I have done about as much stargazing as I need to for the night. Have the conversations inside gone well?
I wouldn't know. I was also outside.
Oh, outside with Vidari?
Hmm.
Hey, go get her.
I
You
cannot
just
tell if you are mocking me.
No, I'm being serious. I'm actually very happy for you. I mean, you've been trouncing around on even just the idea of talking to her for how long now? Weeks? Months?
Hmm.
And I
Not
feel,
inaccurate.
yeah, I would know.
Okay, that was unnecessary.
Oh, I'm sorry. You've just asked me to help you with this stuff, so I'm finally
I asked for
allowed
advice
to.
and you gave me a porn book.
That porn book was very good advice, thank you very much.
It objectively wasn't.
It's helped you loosened up a little bit. Knocks him against the arm.
You wouldn't like it if I did that to you, so why is it okay for you to do that to me?
Because I'm not doing it with the intention to harm you.
The glow out of the visor of the helmet squints.
They're just smiling up at you.
We had a nice conversation.
Good. Good. If I wanted to continue making jokes, I'd say it's about damn time, but, you know, genuinely, I'm proud of you.
Someone has to be.
And someone will be, so long as you continue to do the right thing.
I'm very hungry. I haven't had a sandwich yet.
You... Come to think of it, I haven't either. We really should grab some.
He will take whatever is left.
Oh no. Oh, there we go. The shadows were lagging.
I'll make my way back to where I was from all the way around the building again.
Okay. But with sandwiches around and conversation about, unless anyone else has anything else that they want to do, I will bring a close to this evening for you all.
Church time.
Church, evening mass.
Take me to church. Dun, 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 life.
Right. All of you are there. Let's do that. And let's do this. Alrighty. So, you all set out in the midst of the night to go and have a talk with Father in Time, mainly so that you can have insight with this ritual and be able to set out tomorrow without too much delay. And just gonna get you all moved right on over. Oh, wait. Go back.
Random bullshit, go.
Yeah, I know, right? Go back here for a second. Frick. That could have been bad. It would have revealed something.
The church is on fire. Father in Time is the one who started it.
He was actually a sleeper agent.
I want you, if he's a sleeper agent, you guys are double fucked.
He now knows everything.
This. Bless you.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
Nighttime?
Yeah, you all were arriving during the night.
Why is Curran here?
This is so cool. Yeah, Curran, get out of here.
Yeah, Curran, get out of
Oh.
here.
Delete Curran right now.
No, don't delete him.
Curran
Wait,
brought it
we
back.
deleted the
He took the night.
nighttime.
He took the night with him.
That's why he was there.
Disintegrating.
It was the
mode, yeah.
darkness. He was the night.
My brother's
dark of the night.
Batman.
But yeah, you all managed to arrive, and in your arriving, you find near the front of the church, just in the midst of actually writing in one of the ledger books, Father in Time goes ahead and invites you all inside.
I give him back the ledger I was borrowing.
He takes it happily. Were you able to glean anything from it?
At the very least, I know what type of people to look out for now.
Here's hoping that being in exile has given them a chance to reflect. I can only hope that they aren't as involved in this as it would be, but their involvement would explain a few things.
Mm. There were a few things that we came here to talk about tonight.
By all means, you can ask your questions. I'll answer to the best of my abilities.
For starters, does the name, Lidricel ring any bells?
For a moment, there isn't an immediate reaction from Father in Time. And then almost as if being clued in, after just a moment, his eyes go wide and he goes, "Where did you hear that name?"
When we defeated an aboleth, it muttered it. And then I believe we heard it again, with some bandits. Aside from that, we don't really know what significance it has.
This information is being shared from my spirit half, so I'm sorry if it comes at a bit of delay. I am trying to process it at the same time. But that name, it belongs to, how should I put this? In the void of the many things that can be birthed from it, few exist for any moniker of time before simply vanishing back into it. A flicker of consciousness, whether that be joy or pain, it is barely even brief enough to realize that one exists. The void churns and coalesces and at the same time is empty. When an entity is powerful enough to exist in that void, though, and its consciousness is allowed to grow, it pulls a name for itself, a name whispered through the void that gives insight and a type of identity to it so that it may persist even more. That entity that you mentioned is one of the oldest.
She puts her hand up to her chin in thought.
Lidricel is thought to be a entity that embodies the void boldly. Its ability to churn out creations, some wanted, some not. It struggles with itself in being part of the void and yet not. A very clear line in its consciousness and identity. Well, it could drive anyone to madness. Lidricel, to my knowledge, is is incapable of leaving the void. So for their name to come up here in these times is very concerning.
The aboleth, the way it spoke, it was as if they were working together on something. Do aboleths have the ability to communicate through planes?
Not normally. When aboleths manifest onto the material plane, it is usually after establishing a fair amount of identity for itself in the void, enough to pull itself separate, and like any apparition, then manifest on the plane, or on the material plane. Being able to communicate back to the void should be impossible, lest it be drawn back in, unable to manifest anymore.
That unfortunately points us in the much more terrifying possibility of this Lidrasil no longer being in the void.
If that is the case, then I can scarcely imagine the horrifying form Lidrasil must have undertaken, and what type of madness could be spreading it simply gazing upon anything in this world.
She'll look at everybody else.
I suppose that's something to keep our eyes open for then.
Agreed.
Circling back, we would like to go and finish the ritual. Aberrations are appearing at somewhat alarming rates here lately, and it's only going to get worse if it never gets done. And I can't imagine that the church has the manpower to make that pilgrimage a second time. But we are much stronger than my previous group was. And I don't think I'd be able to rest soundly if I didn't try. So with your permission, we would like to set out to do that.
Fortunately, you are right in the sense that it will get worse the longer this gets put off. If that is the case then, and all of you are willing to undertake it, then I'd be happy to bless this pilgrimage to go to the site, enact the rites of the void, and seal it. At the very least, with however much power you can give.
I think we all are in agreement when I say it would be an honor to do so.
Agreed. Even outside of the necessity of the act, it would be nice to partake.
Well, if you all have any questions on the ritual, then you can simply voice them to myself or Venari, it is a right that, well, the void is an enigmatic thing to try and describe. It is nothing and everything, as I've said before. And so, in that same meaning, to say that you all going and being a part of this, the void isn't something that you can simply act on. And as much as I would like to say that it is empty, it is very much something you can influence. So, I would suggest you take seriously your idea of being a part of it. I appreciate you pulling forth that you know it must be done. Simply offering protection during it is a valiant thing to do, but being a part of it brings upon its own challenges.
I think my biggest trepidation is the fact that you all don't have the kind of protection that I do. Looking into the void is something that can cause quite a lot of distress to the normal person.
Joke's on you, I'm always distressed.
It's my secret, Captain.
Puts the helmet back on.
It is why we usually only send Kalishtar to do such things.
I don't think we have the right to be picky right now.
I would tend to agree given the circumstances.
I am merely warning you all that it will be uncomfortable.
I am always uncomfortable.
I was gonna say much the same thing.
Venari smiles at you all, but you can tell that she's actually very concerned.
George just
It's
looks
like-
away.
She appreciates that you all are making jokes, but like...
When you make a joke and your therapist has to force a smile.
This is to say, of course, though, that
We were joking.
I think if we were in any way, shape, or form unwilling, we wouldn't be here right now.
If that's the case, then I will notate specific things that you might encounter and should endeavor to do in the midst of following the rites. Think of it less of strict instructions and more of a way that you should interpret it. While the rite is something that must be done, it is by all means not a casual event that is to repeat itself with great success. It is different for everyone that has ever done it. No two experiences are of the same intensity or even scope. It can be a very large endeavor. Still, with you all willing to act on it, I and the entire Church of the Inevitable and give you my thanks. Alrighty. Did any of you all have any questions on the ritual before I give a call for tonight's session.
It's Marina would probably not have so much of a question, rather than just she would probably comment. I'm not sure if I'll be able to actually help in any way, but I will do my best as much as I can.
Well, the very act of influencing and sealing the veil in which these aberrations are able to slip through involves a certain level of focus. The void is able to sense and in its very own way interpret all of those who would pour into it. The contents are what matter. What I would recommend is going into it with your most precious memories, the ones that make you happy and shaped who you are. As that pours into the void, it reflects back more of that. That reflection strengthens the seal so that more malevolent aberrations are not able to slip through. In fact, it would be a net positive and even dampening the strength of aberrations who already exist. But in that same vein, if these more negative emotions and memories and experiences fall into the void, it will amplify them hundreds of fold. But please keep that in mind.
Understood.
He kind of looks around the room to meet the gazes of anyone who's there. Anyone feeling a little apprehension about being a part of this ritual now?
None.
Marina isn't saying anything, but she's not making eye contact with anybody. She's looking down at her feet.
Sarah's just trying to think of what makes her happy. It's not going well.
I think Father in Time wouldn't have the feeling of eye contact, but would be able to kind of pick up on the bittersweet smile of Nort thinking of happy memories.
Now you all have a general idea of why Venari appears to be happy all the time.
Because if she didn't, she'd go insane.
Basically.
I can't help it. It's Sarah's when it's not going well, and my brain immediately went to the Bo Burnham. How y'all doing out there tonight? Yeah, I am not doing good.
Basically.
But yeah, with that, Father in Time does go and get a few more of or rather, he retrieves the Book of Rites that he'd shown you all earlier and jots down the general rules of the ritual that you all are about to endeavor, and he makes sure to leave them with Venari before you all leave so that you can look them over. I'll try and have something written next session so you guys have it. But essentially, he lets you know that if there's anything else that you need in your preparation, he will do his best to assist. And I think you all said you were making the plans to leave tomorrow.
Yeah, might as well start the new day with travel.
Yeah.
Shouldn't we wait for the letter to get back first and then we go, or
I mean, it'll come to me magically.
Oh, okay. So we don't have to wait for it.
Nah.
Okay, then yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Well, with that, you leave the Church of the Inevitable End into the cool night air of Emptynet for your final night before setting back out onto the world. And that is where we will call an end to tonight's session.
Good fucking session.
I think I'm going to do more harm than good for this, but I will do what I can.
I have a feeling most of the party's going to do more harm than good.
I actually am very much so looking forward to Maruna's part in this. I've already thought it out. I've just got to write it down.
I'm terrified.
Noct knows exactly what makes him happy, and he can focus on that.
The thing that makes you happy
Yeah.
is not going to be a good thing for the Void to have.
And then Noct is like, you know what
What
makes me
about that
happy? Slaughtering my enemies.
You can't
Yeah.
spell slaughter without laughter.
Exactly! And I was doing both during that bandit fight.
Nord's gonna contribute earnestly and make a good attempt.
Thank you,
In
Nord.
all seriousness, of course I'll do that.
I think you all are going to do fantastic. But for now, we're going to go and find someone to raid. You guys are going to see us in 2 weeks' time for another session. We're going to be back to our 2-week schedule, or our every other week schedule. We're going to aim for Tuesdays. I don't know if anyone's had any big schedule changes over the holidays. So
Oh,
I have, but
All
not one
good,
that
G.
would affect this game.
okay. So if that's the case, we'll continue to aim for this because it seems to be a sweet spot for everyone as far as making sure that we all get the chance to meet up. Let's see. Are there any VTubers playing Dungeons and Dragons?
I don't know why I thought you said any VTubers playing anything other than dragons. And I was wondering what the fuck that meant.
Dude, take it as just take it as
No dragons.
take it as a learning experience. It'll
yeah, dragons are bad.
Oh my god. Die.
It's just the there are two types of fantasy. The one where it goes, I wonder when the dragons will return, and how the fuck do we get rid of all these dragons?
Who keeps summoning them?
At the way you said that, I just randomly got reminded of the thing that we
Okay,
talked about during
from, like,
the
6 to
Dragon
10.
Age streams when I was in chat.
okay. 11:15. Better.
They were looking for
or
Splendor
good
and they walked into the
quality,
New
I
Age
guess.
and it was just all dragons.
Yep, all
Where did
dragons.
these dragons come
Where the fuck all these dragons
all
come
dragons.
from? That's what it was. Oops, all dragons.
So you have a
Okay, I think. Oh no, closed it.
Rest in peace.
Well.
Okay. This, speaking of dragons, this person, their name is Renix VT. They're playing Dungeons and Dragons. Looks like they're in the middle of their session. How long have they been going? They've been going for 2 hours and 44 minutes. They've got dragons on their screen and their model looks really huge. So I'm going to get us over there.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
But outside of that, we're going to get you guys underway. We're also going to tune down for the night. You all make sure that you continue taking care of each other. And yeah, until next session.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.